Welcome back, children. Chapter 1, Topographical Sheets, Colors, Signs and Symbol. Part 2. This symbol represent seasonal stream. These streams exist only during the rainy season in areas where the soil is porous. Porous means the space between the particles of clay, silt and sand that makes up the structure of your soil hold air and water. That is why they occur in desert where the soil is sandy. The streams remain over ground as long as there is water flowing in them. Once the rainy season is over, such streams disappear. In the last video, you saw the same symbol blinking in your screen, but there is difference in both. What is that? You know? Yes, it's color. So you have understood that the water bodies which is in blue color is perennial and the water bodies which is in black color is seasonal. The next symbol is dry riverbed, which is shown only in a thin narrow string of water flowing through it. Dry riverbeds are also found in places that have seasonal rainfall and in arid regions. The next symbol, confluence, which means where the two rivers, the tributary and the main river, meets up. The picture right now in your screen is an example of confluence. It is in Uttarakhand, known as Nandaprayag. Nandaprayag is one of the Panchaprayag of Alkananda river and lies at the confluence of Alkananda river and Nandakini river. Nandaprayag is once the capital of Yadu kingdom. The plus symbol which you see in your screen is spring. Spring, which occurs when the water from the ground comes naturally to the surface, and this spring is in blue color. The next symbol is depicting a waterfall. Falls are waterfalls, but the word is shortened in the map. A numerical figure such as 16 meter or 17 meter or 18 meter or 20 meter is printed next to the word falls. Waterfall occurs when the water in the stream or a river falls down a steep slope. The next symbol is canal. Canal is a channel cut through land in order to transport water from a lake or a river to some distant place where water for the crops is scarce or it is not available at all. The next symbol is for well and a deep tube well or bore well. You can see a well is denoted in blue color dot and a tube well or bore well is denoted in triangular shape. And wherever tube well are indicated, it means the land in and around the place is being intensively used for agriculture purpose. The next symbol is of dam. Dam is a man-made structure built across a river in order to control the flow of water. Dams are of two types: Masonry or earthen dams. Masonry means generally a high durable form of construction, and earthen dams are made of soil, rock, clay, etc. Reservoir. Reservoir shown in blue color means it is perennial. Reservoirs are also a man-made structure. It is most commonly an enlarged natural or artificial lake, pond or impoundment created using a dam or lock to store water. The symbol of grassland. Grasslands are found in region where rainfall is not adequate to support trees. The presence of grassland would indicate the land is pasture land which can be used for grazing animals, especially cattle. The next symbol we have scrubs. Scrubs are very short, hardy grasses on which cattle, particularly goats, thrive. They are found in arid and semi-arid conditions. When scrub exists, rainfall is little to that particular place. Scrub grass or bush is a plant community characterized by vegetation dominated by shrubs, often including grasses, herbs, and geophytes. Geophytes means a plant propagated by the means of underground buds. The next is palms. Palms are found extensively in the desert conditions. Another symbol is, guess what? Yes, it's a bamboo. Bamboo belongs to the grass family. Bamboo grows in all places where the rainfall is light to heavy. Check out the look of bamboo and palm trees. There are different palm trees you can see very clearly. RF and PF. RF means reserve forest and PF means protected forest. We will learn what is the basic difference between this RF and PF. RF is forest in an area demarcated by the forest department where people are not permitted to cut the trees either for making furniture or for firewood. The letter RF are printed on the map, which shows that this forest is under the government official, and without the permission there is no one could enter into that forest and cut anything out of it. PF. PF means protected forest. These forests have been given some degree of protection with limited grazing rights. The letter PF are printed on the map, which signifies that the forest has been given some limited rights of grazing for animals. The another symbol which you can see is of hut. Huts are of two types: permanent hut, temporary huts. Permanent hut will not be taken down in the foreseeable future and has been built on a permanent basis. But temporary hut could be pulled down at any time in the foreseeable future. You can easily identify the permanent huts or temporary huts in the topographical maps. As you can see in your text, the permanent hut is denoted in a square shape, which is the filled one, and on the other hand, temporary huts having the same square shape, but it is not filled. The next symbol you can see of sand dunes. Sand dunes are mounds of sand or sand hills. What do you mean by mounds? It is nothing but a small hill of sand. Sand dunes only occur in desert region. Children, now you can see some more symbols which are there in the text, which are commonly used in topographical sheets. You can go through this symbol thoroughly. Settlements on topo sheet. A settlement is any form of human dwelling from the smallest house to the largest city. Settlement can vary in size from the very small to the extremely large area. Though this size depends on the availability of roads, railways, hospitals, police station, administrative building, rest house, and so on. Settlement grow over a period of time. The location and the type of settlement are determined by the various factors such as terrain. Terrain means a stretch of land, presence of water, suitable climate, presence of employment, opportunity, etc. We already know that settlements are permanent or temporary. permanent settlement which is for longer period and temporary settlement which is for shorter period. Occupation of a people can be inferred directly from a topographical map. The type of settlements in the region as well as the way in which the local people use the land can give you an idea in this regard. Some of the common ways by which the local inhabitants use the lands are agriculture, mining, fishing, manufacturing, trading. If in the topographic maps, if you see large tract of land indicate cultivation of crops, then most of the people are farmers or cultivators. And agriculture land, if you all see, the color would be yellow. If there are indication of mines and quarries, especially marble and stone quarries, then mining or working in quarries can be inferred as the main occupation of that particular place. Settlement which is near a large river or a sea coast. So obviously fishing would be the main occupation of that particular place. Large settlements such as towns will indicate the presence of factories, and hence manufacturing will be the main occupation of that particular area. If a settlement with many cart tracks, roads and railway lines converging will indicate that the town is in a market town with access to trade and commerce. From that we can conclude trading activities is carried forward in that particular settlement. When you look at a topographical map, you will notice many different red lines of varying width running all across it. There are also some black lines that go across the map. These lines are symbols of roadways and railway tracks. This line indicates the type of communication present in the area, and they also reflect the various modes of transport that are being used in the area. So it is very clear that transport and communication could be understood by seeing the topographical maps. Transport and communication include national or state highways, district roads, cart tracks, camel tracks, footpaths, railways, waterways, major communication lines, post office, etc. The another factor, land use. Land use refers to the way a piece of land is used in the area. The relief of the land determines the type of activity that takes place on the land. Relief means the difference between highest and lowest elevation of a land. In highlands such as hills, mountain and plateaus where the slope of the land is generally steep, the land is used for grazing, sheep and goat. Land use includes the use of land under different categories such as natural vegetation and forest, which is a part of the area is forested, whether it is dense forest or thin. And the categories of forest found like reserve forest, protected forest, classified or unclassified, agriculture, orchards, wasteland, industrial, etc. Facilities and services such as school, college, hospital, parks, airports, electric substations, etc. are comes under in the land use. The general occupation of the people of the area may be identified with the help of land use and the type of settlement as well. Suppose most of the land is covered by forest, which facilitates economic activities such as forest harvesting and lumbering. Now, what do you mean by lumbering? It is defined as the felling of economic trees in the forest which can be used in domestic, industrial or commerce purpose. Favorable factors for lumbering: the presence of dense tropical forest provides ready source of valuable timber. Terrace farming is also undertaken on the hilly slopes to grow crops such as rice, barley and tea. Various agriculture activities taken place on low lines since cultivations of crop is easier on a flat surface than on a sloping surface. So students, we have completed our chapter here. To understand more clearly about the conventional signs and symbols, you can watch out for the next slide. Here we are. Go through some more conventional signs and symbols which are used in the topographical maps. Answer the following question.